All right, what is going on, guys? Today we are back with another video. It's not really a TikTok video. It's kind of just a topic that's happening at the moment. So we all remember from, a long time ago now, as far as the internet goes, Colleen Ballinger's apology. I made a video on it. Everybody else and their goddamn grandma made a video on it. It was like the talk of the internet for probably a solid week almost. And yeah, everybody was on top of it. Everybody was making fun of it. It was hilarious. I mean, even Anthony Fantano made a video on it, right?
Hey everyone, Anthony Fantano here.
Which that's like not even like his, wheelhouse, right? So everybody was talking about this. And I think that the large Dude, I had the word and now I completely lost the word. Consensus. I think that the large consensus from the internet, there we go, I found the word. I did it. Congratulations to me. Was that, Colleen was in the wrong, right? She did some definite, grooming behavior, and her apology was not at all cutting it in the slightest. Despite how much she talked about taking accountability in it, she didn't at all. And, that was that. Everybody was like, yep, we're still on the fuck Colleen bandwagon, right? The toxic gossip train, if you will.
Chugging down the tracks of misinformation.
And so that was fine. I think everybody was prepared to leave it there. I was okay with leaving it there. I feel like I didn't really need to say much more. It was a pretty cut and dry situation. Now, JoJo Siwa, which, maybe you aren't familiar with JoJo Siwa, basically one of the girls from Dance Moms. When she was pretty young, she grew up, she kind of got a following. She's done various different things over the years, been in various, not really controversies, but her popularity has fluctuated every now and then depending on certain things that she's done or hasn't done. But I mean, overall, not somebody I really care a whole lot about. Like, I don't know. I don't really have a positive or negative opinion on her. She just kind of exists. Now, she recently went on Howie Mandel's podcast, which I honestly did not know existed until this happened. No offense to, Mr. Howie Mandel out there. Cool dude, right? But, pretty much she went on it and she had some interesting things to say about the situation, seeing as she had been friends with Colleen for a while. So I'll just go ahead and play the first clip I have. It's kind of long. I'm probably going to try and cut it down a little bit, but it is a little long, and then, we'll go over it. We'll unpack it. So let's go ahead and take a look at that.
Are you friends with Colleen Ballinger still?
This is the first time that I've talked about this, so I just want to make sure I say my exact piece that I want to say. The internet can take a lie and run so far with it, so far that it's to the point where you just can't do anything about it. I know Colleen very, very, very well, and I think the work that Colleen has done for the internet is incredible. I think her creativity is incredible. Miranda Sings is a character, is a comedian, and I think that it's very hard to be a character where people are also looking at you as you're a real human behind that character. And I think being a comedian is very hard because you were able to do things years ago that were okay, and now that we've grown and we've matured, we've realized that they're not okay. You know what I mean?
How is it for you now being her friend and reading some of what we read? Do you think it's all a lie? Do you think it's like, have you talked to her?
This is a sensitive subject. Somebody who is affected by any sort of anything having to do with adults, and I mean, for real grooming it's a very sensitive thing. The difference with Colleen and I is we were once I became her friend and she became my friend, and she became somebody that I looked up to. She became somebody that I idolized. She became somebody that I was like, wow, this person is a hard worker. She's a genius. She's a very strong YouTuber. And I idolized that, you know? And so throughout our friendship, we've probably filmed 100 videos together, and she's cool. It's not okay because a lot of it is based off of lies, and it is a scary.
So, you know, JoJo Siwa says some important things throughout this, right? First of all, she talks very cautiously. She pauses and, you know, misses like words and shit more than I do in my videos, which is incredibly difficult to do. But, you know, that's because she's being, you know, very cautious about the topic. She doesn't want to say anything wrong. I think that she doesn't want to like upset Colleen, but she also doesn't want to throw herself, you know, a whole bunch of people being upset at her for defending what is essentially, you know, a groomer, right? And so she does this. She talks very cautiously about it, blah, 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 which obviously doesn't work because she is getting backlash for this, which is deserved. But she says a lot of very important things. One of the most important things is that she says like, oh yeah, I've known Colleen since I was like 12, right? Like we've been friends since I was 12. Now, to her, that might not seem like a super concerning thing, just based off the way that she put it out there. However, to everybody else in the world, it set off some red flags. And this was even talked about by Trisha Paytas.
Here you are, Jesus, my superstar. I love you, Jesus.
Trisha Paytas even had a good take on this, which is incredible. She had a good take saying that this is a concerning thing that she said, which I very much agree with. I don't understand how, you know, her as an adult now, you know, JoJo Siwa is an adult now. She's roughly like a year older than me, in fact. So, you know, the fact that I can pick up on this, somebody such as Trisha Paytas can pick up on this, and everybody else out there in the world can pick up on this, is kind of concerning. You should not be 12 and be friends with an adult who is a content creator. I can see the collaboration happening, right? JoJo Siwa was very out there at the time, you know, big sparkly bows and shit like that. And Miranda Sings was also a very out there character. But it's obviously been revealed, and people have very, you know, much accepted that the Miranda Sings character was responsible for a lot of, you know, terrible things involving children. You know, and that's obviously Colleen and Colleen's responsibility and her, you know, her fault because she wrote the scripts and, you know, did everything like that. You know, she was in charge of the character. So it all obviously falls on Colleen, but it would make sense for a collaboration like that. But being friends, like saying that you were like friends at the time is crazy. And she was like, oh, well, yeah, that's because I idolized Colleen and this and that and, you know, all the other things and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, that's fine. Like, it's okay to be 12 and idolize people. I mean, I've idolized so many people throughout my life. I mean, you know, Robert Lewandowski, Ken Block, you know, fucking Michael Schumacher. Like, these are all people that I've, like, seen, and I've seen what they do. You know, I idolize, I look up, even other YouTubers. You know, like, for fucking Critical, for example, right? You know, I hugely like idolized him at a point in time. I was like, this dude's awesome. I want to make content like him. I want to do stuff like him one day. You know, like that was that was me at a point in time. Obviously, I don't think I would say like I idolize him anymore, because I feel like as you get older, you don't really idolize people as much anymore. You just kind of have like respect for people and like, stuff like that. But yeah, she idolized her at the time, and that's okay. It's okay to have, idols like that. Like, that's completely fine. But to go ahead and, be friends with them while you're a child and they're an adult, and they're kind of using the fact that you idolize them to like build a relationship, that's strange. That's weird. And a lot of people definitely recognize that, but that is weird. That's not how that should work for the most part. Like, I don't think that she should feel comfortable with that and still defend her after kind of being subjected to something like that. But yeah, it's so much. Now, she also just says like the general, oh, well, the internet jumps on stuff, and the internet, bandwagon, blah, 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 and, all these things. Basically what Colleen has said, just in different words. That actually sounds better than the way that Colleen put it, but still, when you really peel back the layers, it's the same thing. It's not like the internet is just making up rumors and gossiping and this and that, which, the internet does do that. It's not like, it wouldn't be fair to say, oh, the internet never does that. Like, what is she talking about? The internet does do that. But in this case, I would not say that is happening. I would say that there is enough people and so much of a one-sided opinion on it that is not what's going on. It's not like a contentious thing, like, oh, well, maybe it's okay, maybe it's not okay. Like, it is very much not okay. And very many people, would agree with that perspective on the thing. So, yeah, not great. I don't know why JoJo Siwa would really go out and do this. I understand that she's friends with her, but I mean, even still, you gotta kind of know, like, I don't know, not the thing to talk about. Even if you get asked on a podcast, the answer there would be, oh, well, it's complicated. I don't really want to get into all of that, like something like that. Because yeah, I don't know. I don't think what she did is helping her. I think that she's definitely getting backlash, and it's just refreshed this whole situation in everybody's mind. And, it's back. People were just about out of there. They were like, okay, it happened. It's over. It was fucked up. Colleen Ballinger is a fucked up person moving forward. And now this is just re-brought it up. So yeah, not great. Not quite sure why JoJo Siwa would go ahead and do this. But yeah, I don't know. She did it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like as well as hit that subscribe button. I appreciate it. And yeah, I'll see you guys all later. Thank you once again so much for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Goodbye.
JoJo! Have you learned